The final round of the Shannon's Australian Motor Racing Nationals at Sandown in Victoria. Although Simon Taberner has already taken out the dial before you dig Saloon Car Championship, there's still plenty at stake. Only 26 points separate second and third, and this one's going to go all the way down to the wire.
Oh, Clellan gets hammered. He gets absolutely hammered.
27, big dive down the inside of the Nippies Ford. That wasn't going to work. Simon Taberner has already sealed the Australian Saloon Car Series. However, with only 26 points separating Harley Phelan and Travis Sharp, this one's going to go down to the wire.
It's been up and down. At the very start of the year, we did really well in the first 2 rounds, and then had a bit of trouble coming to grips with the car, just not making as much progress as we were hoping, but we've really started to get it towards the end of the year, and now it's really come out and we're flying now, so we're pretty happy with it now.
Coming into the end of the year, we're struggling a bit with the Victorians at their home track. Still the same scenario, we're showing up first on the track and trying to piece it together and make the car quick.
Legendary Simon Taberner, but he's moved on to bigger and better things, so he's left the title to me and Travis Sharp to fight it out for second place.
Simon was too good, and he made all his points up, and he didn't even have to race the last round, so I see, yeah, me and Harley, it is a championship battle, and that's how it should be, right down to the last race.
We're very, very close, and I've got a little bit of a lead on him at the moment, and he's never driven here before, so that gives me a bit of an advantage, but he's young and he's adaptable, so he should come to grips with it, and I think it'll be a good fight.
I think Ford versus Holden rivalry is quite testing, but yeah, we obviously want the Ford to be on the top, but we'll push hard for that and see what happens in the end.
Just got to keep on the black stuff, keep my nose clean, and follow Lindorf and Ross around, and I think I'll come away with plenty of points. Hopefully, touch wood, nothing goes wrong.
Touch wood, nothing goes wrong. Never been said before in motorsport, has it, Richard Crail? We are getting set for race 2 on the card here. Cars are coming out. Should be a thrilling couple of races to round out their season.
Yeah, the Dial Before You Dig Australian Saloon Car Series has been exciting as ever. The championship very much decided in the favour of Simon Taberner, but it's well and truly on for second. Harley Phelan, Travis Sharp and Lindsay Kearns all fighting it out for the minors. These are the race 2 highlights, and as always, there was plenty going on. Lindorf and Ross on the front row, having finished first and second in race 1 on Saturday afternoon. Race 2, the big field set off down towards turn 1, and early on there were some fisticuffs. Yeah,
plenty of tight racing action as they went down towards turn 1 for the first time. Interesting though, in these cars, if you just get a little bit too much wheel spin off the line, you fall backwards through the field, and if you get tagged in turn 1, somebody can drive through your passenger side door. Oh, there's more hits than a Dodgem car there.
Yeah, Chris Lillis had a big hit. He's purchased the ex-Simon Taberner championship winning car. Copped a massive impact down at turn 1, and that brought out the safety car. There were lots of drama down there, and you can see, bang, Antonio Ordino with a big impact into the side of Lillis's car. It was a big impact. There was a long safety car. The race resumed. There was more dramas down at turn 1. The 27 Ford of Luke Westall backed it into the undergrowth and all the dust and debris down there at the first corner.
Yeah, just cold tyres and cold brakes on that restart lap. Safety car came back out, slowed them all down again. When the race got back underway, they were suffering from the same issue. Bad on tyres, bad on brakes for the opening couple of laps. That's what we love about these cars.
Gavin Ross was doing the business out in front. Kane Baxter Smith finished second. Travis Lindorf completed the top 3.
Gavin Ross joins me now. A good, healthy win there. Changes overnight. What worked for you?
Oh, the car was pretty good yesterday. We just made some tweaks this morning, and yeah, it seemed pretty good today. So we didn't get a lot of racing laps, but no, it was good. The car felt good.
Gavin Ross has been very good this season in the Dial Before You Dig Australian Saloon Car Series, and he leads them out from the front row for this third and final race of the weekend. Indeed, the final race of the year. Kane Baxter Smith second. Travis Lindorf goes from third. I think he might be a threat in this one. He's been plenty pacey in this weekend. Gary Hills from fourth. Noland from the third row of the grid. They're underway. A big field of saloon cars. Ross slow away though. The bright green Holden VT Commodore didn't get a great jump, and he might be in trouble when they get to turn 1.
Look at Daniel Bevan making his way through the field. Got a blinder of a start there. Waterjet Solutions machine quick off the line.
Turn 1, big stop from a fast approach to the left-hander that just dips downhill a little bit. And very, very dusty off-road, and Bevan just runs off the road there.
I noticed Westall got around him, making up some positions in the 27 car that we saw in race 2 have that little excursion in turn 1. Got it right that time, though.
So everyone sorts himself out. Ross has not had a good opening lap. The pole man, he's P4 on the run onto the backstretch. So that's a massive issue for Gavin, who won race 2. And Lindolf, all of a sudden, looking pretty reasonable.
He's got a nice run too as they head up towards the top of the hill. Can't get it done. Couldn't get enough momentum. Has to follow him down through the S's, down into Dandenong. Came Baxter Smith out in front. Not bad for his first time here in these cars at Sandown.
Gee, Ross had a massive moment going over the top of the rise and the run down through the S's.
Isn't that every lap in these
Well,
cars?
it is. They drive them in a constant drift. It's pretty remarkable stuff.
It's so much easier when you put different suspension, different tyres and anti-roll bars on the front of them. Race them like this in this condition and it's like racing a block of flats.
It's great fun to watch. The racing's been so good this year. Tabanor might have dominated the championship. He stepped up to the Kumo V8 touring cars this weekend and he's going very, very well in the Exdan Day BA Falcon, but he's left a great legacy in saloon car racing, dominated the category for 2 years. Now it's time for somebody else to step up and have a go.
Well, that's the interesting thing about this year. Even though the championship has been all wrapped up, there have been drivers coming through the ranks that are standing up saying next year this is going to be a very competitive outfit. So if you come along here, be prepared to drive and be prepared to race hard.
We should mention that Travis Sharp, Lindsay Kearns, Gavin Ross, Harley Phelan are all fighting it out for second in the championship. So basically, championship winner that's not Simon Tabanor. So we need to keep an eye on that for the remainder of the weekend. Here's Lindorf again, trying to make a run on Baxter Smith over the top of the hill.
This is big pressure too, especially at this part of the circuit where you want to be on the brakes as late as possible, but not too late. And Baxter Smith being a little bit cautious, and that's stacking them up behind the Hills car right in the middle of a meat sandwich at the moment that he could live without.
Kind of looks relaxed, doesn't he, in the lead? Oh, not anymore, because down the inside goes Lindorf. The Casey Accident Repairs car gets by. He copped a bit of a hit too, runs it wide out over the grass, hand in the air. He's got a bit of a serve. I wonder if that was from Hills. Might have been.
Not happy about it.
And Hills is going backwards too, Boydo. So Ross goes through to third, and Baxter Smith was not impressed with that move.
No, but he's still sitting there in second, although under pressure at the moment. Gavin Ross trying to work his way forward. Here's Travis Lindorf's overtaking manoeuvre. Did it really well down the inside, nice and clean. No problem there, pulls it back a gear. And there was the tap. You were dead set right. Hills just giving Baxter Smith a bit of a tap and pushing the car sideways.
And you can see from that front-on shot, Baxter Smith had his arm on the air when he was sideways on the grass, on the exit of turn 12. So great car control, whilst still expressing emotions about being unhappy.
Yeah, car control probably wasn't going through his mind at the time.
No, there goes Gavin Ross around the outside. It's a great run onto the back straight.
I'd be careful, Ross. I don't think Baxter Smith's going to give too much room. Made it hard.
Wow. Feisty stuff.
Back down the inside, big brake lock up as well.
Look at the front lights. It's got the hazards on almost. Flashing left and right, and big moment at Dandenong Road. He's dropped a bunch of spots now. And Baxter Smith goes from the lead to, he's going to be fourth in the space of 2 laps.
That's what happens when the red mist comes down. The aggression steps in. If he had have just stepped in behind Gavin Ross and followed him down, he may have had another chance further down the track, but yep, not to be. And you can see he's absolutely livid with himself. That's the fun of being competitive, though, isn't it? You get out there, you lay it on the line. Sometimes you get it right, sometimes you get it wrong. You'll learn from that.
Yeah,
easy for us to say, eh?
Well, it is. Whoa, big off.
Maybe you
turn
won't.
1. Well, there's the frustration shining through. Fires the car off the road a long way off. Great control to catch it, but he's dropped even more spots, and his old mate Hills ends up just in front of him.
Payback time. You notice he didn't get off the gas at any particular stage during that loop?
No, that was exceptional car control, but I think that off came down to frustration. Here's another look. So look down the inside of Gavin Ross, Boydo. He got the car turned in, too fast, understeer.
Yeah, just carried way too much pace into the turn, locked up the fronts, and then the car was just like a toboggan. It just went straight ahead. There was no way. You'll see that better on the head-on. There's the lock-up, turns the wheels, but with no grip in the front, the car was always going to run wide. And just an easy overtaking manoeuvre by a couple of other drivers there.
So the race continues. Down the inside goes Kearns on Hills. So Hills has been in the thick of the action in this one.
He's not scared to rub a panel or two, is he?
No.
If he thinks he's got the line, and fair call, he certainly did there. There was nothing wrong with what he did.
Travis Sharp in there too. The West Aussie makes the trek over for every round, which is just a huge commitment. And he's in the orange and black and white liveried car. So down to turn one they go. Woodhouse, I think that is, in the Sopranos entry, just gets down there too. So he's right in the thick of the action. That's great fighting all the way through the field.
Westall's right behind. He's made up a stack of positions from the start of this race. Look at these two, just side by side.
Good, clean, hard racing, isn't it, in Saloon cars?
Not only, I thought he was going to have another go there, but decided to back out of it. Might put him under a bit of pressure from Sharp too on the run up the hill. Back on board with the Baxter Electrical 56 car as it tries to make up some hard fought and lost positions.
And this is always the worry, Boydo. When you make one mistake, you start making more and you drive frustrated. You can't do that. You've got to be relaxed and just in control. And hopefully Kane's able to keep it on the black stuff for the remainder of the race. Down to Dandenong Road. This fight continues. Good comeback from Luke Westall after his dramas in race 2 earlier on today. Here's Travis Lindorff, finds himself out in front.
Good drive so far. He's kept out of trouble and he's kept nice, clean racing lines. Times have been consistent. You can't ask for more than that. It's pressure starting to build now, though, as we get towards the latter part of this race.
Gavin Ross with a huge moment. Oh, man, that was huge.
He's got great car control. He knows these cars back to front, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's having a red-hot go at the race win. He's disappointed about that slow start. So he's now charging up behind our race leader. Back on board with Baxter Smith, who's driving the wheels off it, and too far in the fence.
That's going to hurt. That's going to hurt the budget and the ego.
Well, that's he'll get it going. That'll be a frustrating end to a pretty frustrating race, you'd think, for the Queenslander.
Just listening to him rev it out.
Yeah,
I don't think he's done with it yet.
No, it wasn't too sympathetic with the rev limiter there either. So, wow, disappointing for Baxter Smith. What a baptism of fire this race has been.
Lindorff on the two-way at the moment. Is this the last lap? Is this the last lap? Because he's under a mountain of pressure from Gavin Ross, who's sitting right behind. You can just see glimpses of the green machine in his revision mirror.
He's driven well, hasn't he, Travis? Just controlled this drive, got the best start, and held on in front.
Well, it's interesting. It's been an interesting run so far because Gavin Ross has got the pace. Lindorff can't match him in a straight line with 1 lap left to go. It's all about positioning your car and not making a mistake, and that's really easy to do when you're looking in the revision mirror every 2 minutes.
Yeah, remember last time at this corner we saw Ross with a big slide. This time he's neater, he's more controlled, so if he can do that through this section of the racetrack, he might have a good run out to the back straight and maybe try and launch an attack down the inside at Dandenong Road on that run to the flag.
But if Gavin Ross can't have a go at overtaking and doing it cleanly, he's going to just absolutely get into the nearest of Travis's car and just try and force a mistake from Travis Lindorff, who's gone protective as he goes up the back straight. Now he'll move across to take the optimum line in the start of the run down to Dandenong, a vital part of the track to get right, and this is probably his last chance at an overtaking manoeuvre for Gavin Ross. He's going to try hard.
Yeah, I think Lindorff's got this though. It's been a very good drive. Speaking of Travis, Travis Sharp, if he finishes where he is, will get second in the championship. So he's running P5 on the road. He'll win that war for the minor positions in the Saloon Car Series.
This is the way to end the season, doing it out in front and doing it with style too. Travis Lindorff comes down across the line, takes the checkered flag. The crew give him a big round of applause, as we all should. A nice, masterful drive. Gavin Ross finishing in second and Andrew Nolan finishing in third.
Yeah, great drive. Nolan just on his own, cruising round, really, wasn't it? Hills was in the thick of the action, ended up 4th ahead of Travis Sharp, Luke Westall 6th, Lindsay Kearns 7th, Woodhouse 8th, Miller and Baxter Smith the drama man for that one, rounding out the top 10. There are your happy winners from the final round of the Australian Saloon Car Series this weekend at Sandown Raceway.
Yeah, I'm absolutely rapt that I've won the round, and I've actually wrapped up the state title as well for this weekend. So, yeah, I couldn't ask for better. Put it on pole, won yesterday's race, won the last race today. So, yeah, I just had to work really hard from Gav. Put me under pressure today, so, yeah, it was good.
Yeah, no, I threw everything at Trav in that last race, and he just didn't make a mistake. He was super clean, and he was quick, and, yeah, I just had nothing to throw at him, nothing more anyway.
Well, it sets the stage for a fantastic year next year. Simon Tabanor taking out this year's series over Travis Sharp and Lindsay Kearns in third spot, with Gavin Ross sitting back there in fourth. Coming up after the break, it's the Sports at Hand. Stay with us.